My friend Kim wants to make a Jenga game, and there it is, a Jenga game of larger, gigantic, epic proportions, very big. This is Kim right here. Kim, can you attest that we've never met before? You're not my friend, you've never set foot in my workshop, and you don't have any of your beer in my beer fridge.
Never!
Good. Now, is this your card?
Nah.
Jenga was created 40 years ago by, it's right here, British board game designer and author Leslie Scott. The way it works, it's a tower of 54 wooden blocks, and you set it up in a way, and then players remove, two or more players, remove one block at a time, and then they set that removed block over the top of the tower itself. And of course, the entire tower becomes more and more unstable as it goes along. Pieces are missing from the foundation, and it gets higher and higher. And when it falls, well, whoever let the Jenga tower fall is the loser. And I guess everybody else is the winner. So there are many winners and one loser. Is this your card? Kim is hosting an event, and she wants to make this a very big Jenga game. I've seen some. She proposed it. She wants a 2x4 sized Jenga game. The regular proportions are
1/2 inch by 1 inch by 3 inches long.
And
our upscaled blocks made from 2x4s are 10.5 inches long.
We found all the information we needed on the net, so it's really easy to find. It's been done before. Let's do this.
So we set up a very simple jig. A scrap piece of angle iron C-clamped onto the back fence of my old Delta miter saw. This way, once everything had been set up, it would be quick and easy to simply butt up the 2x4s to the angle iron and chop away without having to measure every single piece. After cutting a couple of 2x4s to size, which I thought should have been 7 5/8, we realized our pieces were too short.
Okay, so a little boo-boo on my part. The plans I found on the net this morning and consulted were for 2x3s and not 2x4s. Is this your card?
Nah.
So we made another simple jig by screwing a 2x4 cutoff onto some plywood and clamping that down, along with the miter saw so nothing could move.
Kim's got a splinter.
That post-apocalyptic first aid box I'm holding was made by my kids a short while ago. It even contained bottles of Radaway and Radex, but that's another story.
I think center this a bit. You put that, and you look cool too.
Kim was a bit apprehensive at first, but once she got used to the miter saw, and then she sanded down all the corners and sharp edges. The store-bought game comes in a smallish box, and if you're lucky, the blocks will be stacked already, because the makers give you this paperboard wedge scoop thing that holds the layers of blocks together neatly. There are rules to the game of Jenga, but I'm not even sure if anyone's ever really read them. We tend to adapt the game according to the age and skill level of the players. Some rules I've heard, but never really followed, include using one hand only, having to remove a block if you've touched it, or even something about an allotted time of 10 seconds. Licking game pieces is optional and rarely done.
Ta-da!
So Kim's got 48,
Enough.
close to 50. instead of the official 54 and a couple of extras. But already, this took 6 2x4s instead of 3 if it was 2x3s. So
But there's leftover.
And you've got a couple of spares. She sanded down every corner. It feels nice. Yeah, it's got a good feel to it. And of course, if you're carrying 6 2x4s to a game, to a picnic like you're doing tomorrow, it can be
too heavy.
It's heavy. So 2 milk crates should be enough. And of course, if you start with 48, and then you're taking those off and you're adding, you know, it'll be about 4 or 5 feet high.
It's gonna be too high
and
for
if it
my
falls on the
little
child,
kids.
it kills the kid. Is this your card?
Le bloc du milieu ou les deux de chaque côté?
Il y a tellement de poids plus haut que non.
Comment que ça marche pas? Milieu, milieu, côté, côté, côté.
Prends le verre, comme ça tu tapes, puis là il
Là,
tombe.
je pense qu'il n'y a plus bien de possibilités.
Il n'y a plus de même possibilité, c'est là. C'est là qu'on est rendu.
Serrer sur un du milieu le plus vite possible que ça tombe de.
Ah non, non, non! Ah ouais, ouais, ouais! C'est audacieux, c'est audacieux. T'as failli, t'as failli.
Good job.
Good job.